What's up, guys? MisterGame&Wah here, back at you with another video about the Saints season review. You already know I'm not in a slight good mood. It is what it is. I thought that they wouldn't be such playoff material due to many ups and downs throughout the whole season. From injuries to losing Jameis Winston to COVID and all these players getting hurt for no goddamn reason, for no absolute shit. This became a slideshow full of good and bad of what's life like without Drew Brees. And this is how it ends with the Saints. They win yesterday's game, which is good. They got back at the Falcons after their regular season loss thanks to Trevor Siemian's no good shit. And the Panthers on top of that, which they did also beat, getting them back as well. And they also happened to also beat the Bucs 2 times throughout the whole season. And even so, they still clinch in. They still didn't clinch in the playoffs, thanks to the Rams, which Stanford choked so hard. He threw a pick during overtime, and the Niners literally picked it off by a rookie. And the Niners needed to lose for the Saints to get in, but thanks to Stanford's choke artist, they lost, and that causes the Saints to be eliminated in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. And that's about it, really. So the season ended off with a 9-8 record, which is almost mediocre, good and bad. But again, if they'd had any ups and downs throughout injuries and shit, they would have been in the playoffs regardless to what happened to the other game last night for the divisional clinch playoffs. But they didn't clinch. And with that said, they really got to figure out this QB situation crap. If Jameis gets hurt, they should probably even get a better rookie than what Ian Book has done, since he came in obviously underprepared as a rookie. And Trevor Siemian had a losing streak games after the Bucs game, which he got lucky for. And then the rest of the whole November, they kept losing and choking. And they went to Taysom Hill, bounces a little harder, but still didn't clinch regardless. Not to mention the Dolphins game, when I was talking about an Ethan Book, they just had so many players out due to COVID, and wasn't a good game, wasn't a fulfilling game. Saints lost to the Dolphins for the first time in my eyes. It's crazy. It was crazy. So, I hope Sean Payton gets the whole QB situation figured out. If Jameis gets hurt once again, and with Taysom Hill not being probably QB material, like, he's a good player regardless, but I just think he'd be better off on a QB for what people are saying, which I could agree more. Trevor Siemian, what can I say? This guy, he got lucky though yesterday night that Taysom went out of the whole game due to a foot injury once more, but Trevor got lucky and fulfilled and redeemed himself. I mean, he just redeemed himself on the field back after weeks of November, and look how it turned out. Good. Thank goodness. Thank goodness is all I gotta say. I just hope this QB situation gets figured out. Every player that went from great to mediocre will bump up to great again. Michael Thomas, I'm hoping he'll be back. Will Lutz will be back. If any of those guys weren't out, the season would have been different. If Jameis wasn't out, the season would have been different. I mean, they only had lost 2 games before losing Winston in Tampa Bay, and that's crazy. Crazy went downhill with Trevor Siemian afterwards, and that's just how the books went. That the playoffs was going to be harder to clinch than I thought. For what more than they bargained for. So I'm just hoping for next season things will be great. God will be great for all the Saints to keep in the prayers for the recovery of all players, of injuries, sicknesses, and whatnot. Everyone bounces up again. Michael Thomas doesn't have an ankle problem once more. Gets it all rehabbed. Will Lutz having a groin all rehabbed out. And everyone else good to go. Even Kamara, he just played different than how he played the last couple years. And I'm hoping for him to bounce even harder. And I'm hoping the linemen's could even get better because the backups really are just not good. They lost a couple linemen throughout the whole season. One's out for the whole season. Two are out for multiple weeks. And some backups just suck, really. That didn't really help on some running plays, which is why Kamara could not get any more yards than he could ever bargain for. So, other than that, I can't say much on this season. It's been really fun. Fun and not bad. What I really enjoyed, though, out of the whole season was the defense. The Saints' defense were on point. Many of them weren't even out throughout the whole season. They were all, like, fired up. The D-lines were on fire with Cam Jordan, David Omiata, Marcus Davenport, the linebackers, Demario Davis, Quan Alexander. Oh, man, these guys were killing it. And the defensive backs. You got Paulson Adebo, who's probably going to be an all-star as soon as next NFL update hits. Actually, Mean Football League 2 is going to be coming out, so he'll be in the game as well. You got Lattimore, you got Marcus Williams, and you got Garner Johnson, which I think he should be buffed in the next update patch of Mean Football or something, because he was on point with this whole season, too. Well, as soon as he got back, he was really on point, so. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I do enjoy the defense. The offense, I'm hoping that, again, Michael Thomas comes back. Every other receivers that went to start are going to be extremely better, well prepared. And even for Marquez Callaway, he's been progressing well, so he could be repping in once more. Once next season starts, they'll have him, they'll have Traquan, they'll have Michael Thomas, and they should probably get a couple new receivers as well, because the ones they have for on the squad practices, they weren't so effective. So I'm hoping the Saints could get some new receivers on top of that and make them look like MVP or something. This is what I'm hoping for. New receivers, a new QB who can be averagely better than Ian Book, make a trade or something. I don't know. Because if Winston gets hurt once again, who's going to step up the next? Trevor Siemian again, if he gets shittier, and if he wasn't paid attention to, absolutely not. Taysom Hill might be moved off QB and probably play receiver or running back, because I think he'll be great for running. And he keeps the ball very effectively good, so that's one thing good about Taysom Hill. But QB sometimes, especially with that finger situation, he almost kept choking in some plays. But regardless, he was able to effectively keep up with his finger and just played how it is. But QB-wise, I don't think he'd be optimal for it anymore. I'm just hoping Sean can realize that sometimes and just think through it during off season. And the defense, I think the defense are great. I don't think they should be traded. I don't think they should be anywhere near to be traded or retired. They should just find a way they are. Paulson Debo is obviously going to be starting for the rest of the seasons, more to come. He's great. I liked him as the season progresses. And that's all I have to pretty much credit on the whole Saints, the whole season on the Saints. Their defense was on points, and the offense, the offense went from uphill, beginning great, to downhill as soon as you lose Winston. That's just the worst case scenario of that. But other than that, this is going to be my season review on the Saints. You're all going to hear me commentate for this video one last time before returning once again next season when Mule Football League 2 comes out. That I can't wait, and that is where I'm going to be doing my videos on that game. Then see Mule Football 1. Gotta get a PS5 in case it gets on next gen first, which I'm planning to at some point, that's for sure. And that's it really. So y'all may not see me post content for a lot of times, as I have other things to be dealing with and to do on my goals and whatnot. But sometimes every other week I could post a couple Mule football videos or any kind of stuff I want to put out, you know, just for fun. I'll still keep doing that, just not all the time, almost every other days, probably every other week or so. We'll see how it goes, but until then, guys, this is gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoy this. That's all. Praying for, let's see, the playoffs are in as well. I forgot to mention the playoffs are also in. The playoffs, oh my god, I'm sorry, I don't have a script, but I'm obviously going to be watching the playoffs, probably every game, including the wild card, the divisional, conference, and the Super Bowl. Even if Stanford could get in the Super Bowl this year, as legends told, I hope he doesn't choke. But other than that, I'm hoping for Brady to get into the Super Bowl once more, and that's it really. That's all I have to say before I keep muttering myself and everything. But other than that, guys, see you guys for next season. Stay safe out there. Have a great day. Peace.